All right, we're at the home of Mike and Pam Collins. We did some work for them a little while ago. We've also done the neighbor's home right here, but looking to get some paint done. Now, I haven't looked at the file. I was just doing a walk around, and I noticed I don't think and I'm almost certainly positive, we didn't do the back of the house. So we definitely did the front because it's hardy trim, but the back of the house is not hardy siding and it's not hardy trim. So I'm gonna make, Mike, I'm gonna make some advisements as we go around to the back where some of that wood trim is rotted and kind of peeling in some places, separating, which tells me that it's clearly different workmanship and it's clearly different siding than is on the front and the sides. So I think we just did the front and the sides as far as I can tell in all of the fascia, but the back of the house is definitely not hardy, and it's definitely not hardy trim, which, we wouldn't have installed hardy with wood trim. So I like I said, this is just upon discovery once I got here. Haven't looked in the file. That would tell us for sure, but that's kind of some conclusion here that I'm coming to. But anyways, nonetheless, we're looking at doing a paint job here for the Collins. Basically, it's all hardy fascia all the way around. It is hardy siding on this whole front elevation, and over to the left side is also all hardy, and it looks beautiful. But we're just looking at painting the whole thing. Again, I have some suggestions now that I've done a thorough inspection around the back. Some recommendations I could make there, but we'll talk about that when we get there. So again, on the front here, it would be painting. The scope of work would entail basically painting all window trim, all side walls, all exposed fascia, and by exposed, I'm meaning any fascia not behind gutters. So anything behind gutters, we're going to leave alone. We're not painting the gutters, but everything else pretty much we will be painting. So that includes the soffit. There's a couple Nest cameras. You can see one right here. There's one somewhere over on by the front door, but there's also a bunch of pencil cameras. Those can all come down and go away. There's also a bunch of wires that can go bye-bye. So we did wrap the garage door frame. There's a minor little repair on this facing. See that? So it's separated. You can see, you think somebody hit the column and that's what caused that, but there's clearly been some movement there. So that will need to be recaulked, probably retacked just with some brad nails. Yeah, you can see a little ding right there. So that will all be painted. Garage doors will be painted, I'm assuming. It would look a little weird to have a fresh coat of paint on the house and have these garage doors left as is. So those will be painted. Everything up here will be painted, including window trim, soffit, fascia. There is a specific, and just a side note, you've probably seen this, Mike, but over here, those tree limbs, into the fascia, into that roof line, that's murder. You can see it's already chewed up some of the roof, and it's probably just a matter of time before it keeps growing and starts chewing up the fascia. So I would definitely get this whole area here cut back before it starts doing significant roof and fascia damage. It's already done some roof damage that I can see right there. You can almost see it in the video. See where that roof just looks like somebody took a bite out of it right there. So it's already done some damage. I would get that trimmed back ASAP before it, just messes things up further for you. So yeah, fascia, soffit. One special request is there is a drip cap that was done. Apparently we did the roof too, I guess. I don't know, again, I haven't confirmed that, but there's a drip cap that's a chocolate brown. Mike wants that drip cap to stay chocolate brown, so we need to tape that off and mask it off when we do our painting of the fascia. Covered the little piece that we need to fix there on the garage wrap. Again, entryway, we got this little sliver right here. Entryway, all this porch ceiling will all be painted. In the entryway here, it's beautiful, hardy, it looks great actually. All the way up, there's another Nest camera that I was talking about. But all the way up, trim and siding would be painted. And before we paint, of course, we're gonna caulk using 50-year rated elastomeric caulking. We got this, we got a little rake up there. See that guy? So we got a long rake up there, probably about 22 feet, 23, 24 feet. So that rake will be painted, as well as this wall and window trim. And of course, as I mentioned, everything will be caulked and sealed. You can see some water there that's kind of left some staining. And then as we come around to the back, the only thing on this side is really going to be soffit paint because we have gutter. That's not changing. You know, we're not taking the gutter down. We're not painting the gutter. So they'll just be painting the soffit on this side. And then the back. So this looks like some variation of, you know, like a maxi plank. Just based on the grain texture. Hardy's Sierra 8 does not look like this. So it's no doubt a composite board, but it's clearly not Hardy. And again, if you look at the trim, we may have installed this 1x4. That's clearly Hardy trim. That is not. That's wood trim. So again, I just think that based on some things that I see back here, we didn't do this part. Again, Window World did the windows, but again, it's just not. It doesn't look like our work. So that being said, what I could propose back here, Mike, and it's totally up to you. I'm just, you know, keeping my eyes open and trying to give you recommendations based on what I see. You could very easily retrim all these windows and doors in Hardy plank. The next big thing I noticed was the chimney trim is wood trim, and you can see I took some close-up shots right there. See that? You got some significant rot right here, and then down below you can, right where that is, it's separating. So those are a couple areas that definitely need to be addressed. Here's the thing, we can caulk it and paint it, but it's not going to really, you know, as soon as that wood starts to fail and continues to fail, the paint job is, you know, it becomes a moot point. So my best recommendation would be retrimming all these windows and doors in Hardy 1x4, which can be easily done over the board that's already there. But then also all this chimney trim, I would suggest making that Hardy 1x4 trim. And we would probably do 1x4 trim because that's what we did on the far side, that big wall on the left side of the house. And the front, we used all Hardy 1x4 trim. It'll look a lot better. You got a massive wall expanse back here. It would look a little bit nicer to have that that wider trim around the windows and doors. Kind of the doors already has it, but the doors is a big old 2x material. Looks like price cedar. So just an observation, again, not trying to point you anywhere, you know, one way or another, but if it were my house, you know, and I was in your shoes, I'd want to know, hey, this isn't Hardy. The way to really do this, so you're not going to have to fool with it, you know, more than you should, is put Hardy trim all around these windows, doors, gable vents up top, another window over there. Do the Hardy trim 1x4 around it, and then paint it, and you'll be good to go forever. So just some advice there, and I took measurements and price it accordingly. But again, I'm not going to walk over here because I will come out with Bigfoot feet as far as all the mud. But you can see clearly this is our work. So this is the Hardy Cedar Mill Select. We got two windows up there that were truly wrapped in 1x4. You know what? I can get over here. So see those windows, how nice they look with the trim? Clearly different than the back. So again, just makes me think that we definitely did this work, definitely did the front, but and we did fascia all the way around, obviously, but I don't think we did the back at all. Maybe we painted it or something, I don't know. But that's what the windows across the back would look like with that nice Hardy 1x4 around them. And then of course all this we're painting, we got gutter up on that upper level fascia. Way up there, so that is not coming down, so we're just painting soffit there. On this little rake wall right here, we don't have gutter, so we would paint that fascia and soffit and that little triangle in front of the downspout. So that's pretty much what we got. As we talked about, Mike, paint process is a little different now. So we got your locks on primer. We have the super paint, Durations top coat. And because we do those two things to the millage, to the wet mills that are indicated, we can give you that limited lifetime warranty on it. So that's kind of what we got. We can talk. I'll send you an email as far as the proposal. But again, my strong recommendation would be to put Hardy around all these, because there you can tell whether it's, you know, things get messed up from what Window World did. But You know, the trim is, you know, no matter the paint, the trim is going to start to fail here pretty quick. And then you're going to be in the same position of taking off trim that you already paid to paint and then replacing the trim, which it seems to me it'd be better to just do it now. But of course, that's your call, but I will make that recommendation. And that's about it. We got this conduit here. That conduit is coming down. There's a long 28, 30 feet of conduit running up under the soffit here. That's all coming down. There's another pencil camera, 2 pencil cameras right here. Those are coming down. Let's see, other than that, there's already some cut wires. Those will come down, obviously. There's another Nest camera that's staying. Obviously, the Bose surround speakers will stay. There's some other like RG6 cable, you know, running around. I think, Mike, you said that that's all staying, but we can confirm that prior, you know, to getting started with all this. But that's pretty much what we got. So I'll work something up, get it over to you. Again, it was good to see you this morning. And if you have any questions, certainly you give me a call. I look forward to working with you once again. Thank you.